Is it Meriem Sakrouhi?
Yes, you said it
Okay.
right.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm here with the Meriem Sakrouhi, director of Mon Taxi. Yeah, this is deeply personal. And I guess I'll start off with so the main thing of this is these are phone calls you made to your father after he passed away. How long after he passed was your first phone call to him and kind of what sparked that?
I think it was like, I would say at least six months or 7 months afterwards. And it was honestly, it was just an impulse. I had something that I was really happy to share with him about and talk to him about. And I forgot that he passed. And I took my phone and I wanted to call him to realize, oh, shoot, my dad passed. And then I decided to just record a voicemail to him instead. And that felt very like healing and spiritual. And I decided to keep doing that. And I've been doing that since then. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother passed a couple of months ago, and my sister had that same thing like about a week or so afterwards. She like texted him about just something mundane. It was like, oh wait, he's gone. It's kind of weird
I'm
how
so
the
sorry to
brain
hear. That's
functions like
really
that.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you think? What do you think sparks that of the oh they're still here? And I guess in a way they are because of the memories and such.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think so. I think that in a way maybe they are, and it's you're you still carry them and the rituals you've had with them. It's when you do that, when you do something and you talk to someone for so long, just not talking to them anymore feels impossible. So I realized for me that the hardest part of losing my dad passed over 3 years ago now. The hardest part has been not being able to call him just because I'm so used to calling him all the time. I'm from Morocco and my parents' home is in Morocco. So I say it's like we have a long distance relationship through calls. So those calls were really important to me and just part of my daily life. So that's how the impulse doesn't disappear.
Was putting this documentary together, was this cathartic, painful, maybe a combination of both? What was it like personally for you to just sit there at editing bay, gathering all the phone calls and just putting this together?
I definitely both, and lots of feelings involved in the process. It wasn't planned. The film itself happened as an accident. It happened with that impulse. And through a year and a half, I started recording these voice notes. And eventually, in the process, something clicked because I wanted to share with him a photo. I remember it was a photo of a fig tree while I was traveling. And fig trees mean a lot in our family because my dad is from the Reef, which is an indigenous area of North Africa. And like around his village, fig trees and olive trees are very prominent. So something clicked in wanting to share that photo with him, and I was like, oh, I should make a film. Like, this is my language. I'm gonna, use film as a creative outlet to keep communicating with him. And so I started making it, but it took a while because I think like it's like grief. Grief comes in waves, and the process of making the film and deciding to stay true was also needed some pauses in the middle to just let it breathe. And the whole process, I think something that was very particular is that I was just making it for myself. I did not think while I was making it that I was going to share it. That was a pause. That happened almost, I would say, when the film was 80% done a year ago. At Tribeca, someone asked me what I was working on, and I told them about this. And they said, "Oh my God, like I think this film is great. I would love to watch it. Have you thought about submitting it?" And I was like, "Not really. This is just healing and cathartic for me." But just having that conversation and hearing that people might want to see this and might relate to the story is what pushed me to submit it. But yeah, definitely a cathartic and therapeutic process.
It kind of makes sense that someone would want you to submit this because that's what art is, isn't it? Just inner expression coming out, and you can't think of anything more deeply personal that you're expressing that this would come out like this.
Yeah. I again like using a language that I'm comfortable with as form of therapy is a form of expression that's really healing for me. So I'm excited to see how people are going to react to it as well. A little bit excited and a little bit nervous because I feel like this film is me getting emotionally naked in front of everyone. and I think it's because I was making it only for myself. I didn't put there was no barriers. There was no, oh, what will people think? It was very raw and it stayed raw. I made the decision of keeping everything raw. Even the voicemails I kept are the original ones I took. I tried, there were some that the audio wasn't so good because it happened while I was walking, but I tried to re-record them and I realized it was not the same. So I made the decision, I'm not re-recording anything. I will just cut what's not good, leave what's good, and form the story from what I originally have recorded, just to keep it authentic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see how people react to that.
Well, this is premiering at Tribeca on June 7th. Has your family seen this yet?
I have shown it to my family not long ago because I was too nervous to have them watch it for the first time at the theater in Tribeca because I know it's going to be very emotional for them. And yeah, they reacted in such a lovely way. And I'm excited for them to watch it again. They're going to all be there on June 7th. Yeah. So I'm excited for that to happen in the big screen.
Well, I love the short, and I went back and I found your other short, Inner Selves, and a completely different tone to this one. But what can you tell us about that one? Because that was a real interesting sort of take.
Inner Self is a short narrative film. One thing that I would say connect both is the audio part of it. Inner Selves was about the inner conflicts that we built within ourselves because a lot of struggles happen in our own heads. We put the limitations to ourselves, and there's a lot of inner monologues that happen. And I was really interested in building and telling the story from one character, but then also adding the layers of, oh, everyone is having inner conversation and everyone has inner conflicts. What happens if we turn them on and we start hearing our neighbors' inner conflicts? What are the similarities? So yeah, that was the premise of the film, and I think that I didn't realize until now that there is a connection with the audio part of it. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, yeah, this premieres at Tribeca on June 7th, and congratulations on the short, and glad you found some sort of catharsis in making this. But before I let you go, I just want to get a film recommendation from you, either something that's personal to you or a movie that you think is really good no one talks about.
I will tell you, I wasn't expecting this question, but I will tell you a film I watched last year that I really loved and I keep recommending. I watched it by accident at TIFF. It's called Bushra, and it's directed by Meriem Sakrouhi and Orion, and director duo. It's just a fantastic story about a Moroccan living in New York, and it's an animated film done with a small but very mighty team, and I highly recommend it. I don't want to give it away, so I'm not going to say much. All I know is it's going to be releasing in theaters soon.
Excellent. Well, Meriem, again, congratulations on the short, and yeah, can't wait to see what else you come up with. Quite talented, and yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Eric, and thank you for watching my film.